So till yesterday we had covered what exactly your HANA Cloud HANA Cloud platform means. What are the offering in HANA Cloud platform? How is your HANA Cloud integration or integration service is related to HANA Cloud platform. So now we are just going to deep diving in the HCI. Okay, what HCI is, how is it related? Means what are the key features of HCI? So if you have any doubt from yesterday class, you can ask me right now, or else we can move forward with our HCI.
I don't have any thoughts from yesterday, but I don't think so that we covered much last test. That's whatever we normally speak.
Yep. So, Raghu, you're there on the call?
Can you able to share the documentation, the material as
Yes,
a Word or how the material is going to be shared?
I'm going to share this. Not to worry. The thing is, it would be shared from Bharat or Praveen. They would be sharing it. So, if they have your mail ID, they will share it tomorrow. Okay, all the documents of today, yesterday, and today, they will be sending it tomorrow to you. Okay.
Okay.
Just a second. So HANA Cloud integration, okay, for our SAP HANA integration services. So this was created, this was brought into market in comparison with the Dell Boomi. Means Dell Boomi, if you have ever heard of Dell Boomi, it is again an integration cloud offering integration tool from Dell. That software is it is given as an free with the success factor. Okay, when company SAP acquired success factor, Dell Boomi was the only primary recommended solution for integration with success factor to ECC. But after that, SAP created their own middleware tool. Called HANA Cloud integration in end of 2013 and it was released in mid of 2014. Okay. From there, this tool has been developed by too much, means there was some means it has been changed from a greater extent. It has been overhauled and the UI has been changed. New content has been brought up. We will see how this things works, means how these new things are brought up to that software and what is the current version of HCI. We will see later part. Okay, so HCI as primary thing, it is a cloud offering. Okay, so all the headache of updating implementing, updating or patches or new features which are need to be applied to software, those are taken care by SAP itself. In that, client or customer don't come into picture. Okay. Other than that, it is based on two different tools. Either it can be configured using using your web UI or your Eclipse. Okay, SAP HCI or integration service. It is cloud-based integration platform hosted on cloud. Uh, it is an on-demand solution, provide highest level of security features, means kind of such as content encryption, encryption and signing, certificate-based authentication, encrypted data store, data isolation at runtime as well as at the persistence. Okay. It also provides runtime processing data transformation, okay, routing messages, diversify connection option, okay, mapping, or means all the different things you can imagine in PI. All those are available in HCI also. Okay. Um, User interface are of two types. Again, I said it is either your web UI or your Eclipse UI. Web UI, it is based on your HTML5. Earlier it was HTML5. Okay, now it is on UI5. Okay, the first version was on HTML5, and after UI, the second major release was the UI was changed to UI5, SAP UI5. Okay, um, it is divided into four majorly parts. Okay, discover, design, run, and monitor. Just like your PI, where you have the ESR, your ID, your SLD, and your runtime workbench, or ESA monitoring. The same way it is divided into four parts. But here we have a discover screen, we have a design screen, we have a runtime module, and we have monitoring module. We will see each one of it in detail in later part. Okay, but you can think of it as means they have divided based on the use. Means discover, you can find out which are the prerequisites or pre-packaged contents which are available or which have been provided by SAP. That is discover. Design, where you can create your own interfaces, iflows or artifacts. Okay. A run, where you deploy it to the cloud. Okay. And monitor, where you can monitor all the artifacts which have been deployed to the cloud. Okay. So this is basically means a picture of HCI, means how this is divided. Okay. Now HCI is, first of all, has the means the main pros of HCI is means it provides the out of the box connectivity across cloud and on-premises solution. Okay, it gives real-time process integration and also data integration. Okay, if you have ever heard of SAP BODS, or which is just ETL tool, which allows data to be transferred from one database to another database in bulk, and you have the process integration part where you have the real-time transactional data which is being transferred from one system to another system. So SAP HCI is a package of both. Okay, majorly SAP is now concentrating on the PI part. Means major development and major upgrades are on the PI portion only. Okay, we will be looking into PI only, mainly PI. In the later class, I will be showing you how to update or how to do the configuration in data services also. Okay, data integration also. But that would be just an overview, no live scenarios, because that is something different. It required more database and that type of connectivity which I am lacking. Anyway, so these are the capabilities of HANA Cloud integration. It is bi-directional. Again, you can either you can have the bi-directional integration content where you can send and receive data from your using your HCI, gain a unified view of business data and eliminate data entity, same as you have the option in PI. You have centralized monitoring, you have the single repository where you can view all the artifacts and the objects you have created. You have speed implementation using prepackaged integration content. Okay. One more thing is the total cost of ownership for this software is very low. You pay as you go subscription model and minimal upfront investment. Okay. Which means while even owning the software or even starting from the scratch, means if you are implementing your HCI, you don't want too much of configuration or too much of installation or too much of basis works to be involved to bring that software up, or to do the IDOC adapter configuration and all those things. Those are pre-built, inbuilt in this. Okay, so you can hardly configure HCI in a half an hour. Okay, as soon as you get the account details. Okay, your HCI, you just add your means you enable the HCI in the services of HANA Cloud Platform and attach or add roles to your ID, and your HANA Cloud integration is good to go. So no other time or no other uh, steps or money or anything is required to bring the software up. Okay, so it takes too much of it requires too much less effort to start this software. Okay, these are the prepackaged content of HCI. Means you have, means apart from your prepackaged content, you have the mapping transformation, you have the data integration consolidation, you have web and Eclipse based UI. Okay, you have the security content, connectivity. You give the governance and SLA. Okay, that will understand in the later part what is governance and SLA. We will understand what is monitoring administration, what is development and life cycle management. Okay, we will see the extensibility and adapter SDKs. Okay, in case generally even we don't do in PI also, but if in case we want to create our own adapters, then we have an big open source Apache as Apache Camel, where you can create, using that Apache Camel you can create your own adapters and attach that to the HCI, which allows you, and you can also sell your own adapters on the marketplace if you have created some business specific adapters. So you can sell that on the marketplace, or you can make it available for free to others. So many things are available in HANA Cloud integration. Okay. First of all, let's see where exactly your HANA Cloud integration will reside in the landscape, SAP landscape. Okay, so let's say just zooming in. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so let's say everything below the dotted line, this middle dotted line, blue dotted line, below everything is your on-premises, above and above everything is the on cloud solutions. Okay, so let's just take an example. We are sending the data from, let's say, our CRM system to our cloud, SAP cloud, which would be your C4C. So it can be connected by both process orchestration and your HANA Cloud integration. Okay, but your HANA Cloud integration is residing itself on cloud. Okay, and your process integration is, or process orchestration, that is residing on your premises. Okay, both have their pros and both their cons. We will look into it in Just next slide after this. Okay. Uh, Both allows you to connect to cloud and to on-premises to on-premises. You can see that you have third-party ERP solutions or on-premises solutions, which we have is Siebel for CRM, PeopleSoft, Legacy, let's say Oracle. These are your on-premises third-party solutions. Okay, you have your SAP on-premises solutions, which would be SAP CRM, SRM, PLM. Okay, so this would be your SAP on-premises solutions. Then you have cloud solutions from SAP, let's say Ariba, let's say SuccessFactors, C4C, Concur, Hybris. So there are other clouds from SAP, okay, uh, which which we can connect. Okay, you have third-party clouds, let's say box.com, you have salesforce.com. So you have many things which you can think of third-party cloud. Okay, so you can connect both these means third-party or third-party solutions or SAP solutions using both the softwares. Okay, means SAP is not leaving behind process orchestration also. It is taking hand in hand with HCI because there is too much of investment already done in process orchestration, process integration from the span of 15 to 20 years. So it is not leaving behind process orchestration. It is also providing the updates and giving the new features in process orchestration also, the new features. But HANA Cloud Integration is the newer and lighter solution from SAP just for the sake of companies who don't want to invest heavily in their middleware solution. Okay, we'll understand in this next slide. Okay, so there are some pros of HCI, there are some cons of HCI, and the same thing goes with PI also. Okay, so in terms of leverage, SAP provides, means in PI, pros would be we have all pre-packaged content for PI also, which you can download from marketplace and you can import directly to your ESR and ID, and you just need to configure send and receiver. And that is the same case with HCI also. Okay, you can leverage the SAP provided pre-packaged content, integration content. Okay. In PI, you can leverage existing PI implementation and this skilled resource. Okay, so this is the major thing where PI prevails in front of HCI. PI, there has been too much of investment already done. Okay, PI, PO. There are so many interfaces, so many implementation already done for by many customers and clients. And now removing means migrating those implementation would again cost add cost to the customer. Okay, okay, sorry. Add a cost to the customer. Okay, so companies are now means they want to move to HCI, but due to their heavy investment and the heavy interface landscape, they are still restricting themselves to PI. Okay, so that is a pro, and there are so many skilled resource also uh, present in the market who knows PI rather than HCI. So it would take time. It would be slow process and gradual process to migrate from PI to HCI for customers, and also the skilled resource because they are highly skilled and have worked in PI for longer period of time. Uh, Again, the pros of HCI would be leveraging web UI for means you can directly use the web portal to configure your artifacts and objects, okay, which means you don't need to download anything, you just need to have an internet connection and a browser. That's it. You can configure, you can do all the things, monitoring, configuration, updating the iflows, everything can be done on web UI and won't require any big servers on their landscape or any installation, all those things, headache is been removed from the customer and implementation partner uh, watch. Okay, runtime is in the cloud, which is maintained by SAP. So this is the biggest pros for HCI, where means you the total cost and the time and the effort which was required by customer to upgrade from, let's say, older version from 7.4 to 7.5 in PI, it was too much. Okay, you had to do the um, all the steps where even upgrade projects are taken, where it require too much of money, cost and time to update from the older version to newer version. You need to see what are the uh, critical things which won't be moved. Earlier it was CCBPM, and then from CCBPM we came to single stack. So CCBPM was not was relevant, so that was also needed to be taken into consideration. So but now in HCI it won't be the case. HCI it would be taken care by SAP itself. Okay, SAP will be taking care of how to um, update and providing the new features. Okay, you won't, your system won't go down. Means the same case was, means in PI you need to bring down PI to apply the updated patches. Okay, but that won't be the case in HCI. Your system will be up for 99.59% of time, and we will see how it will be possible. Okay, means there is a concept of tenant concept, worker node and tenant management node. So using that, your SAP HCA will be up for maximum period of time. Okay. Again, no installation patches. Sorry, someone is speaking.
Yeah, this is a. Yeah, I have only 35 minutes from here. Like exactly our time before 10 minutes I need to have small meeting. So
Sorry.
9:30. From now onwards, I have 25 minutes.
So 25 minutes from now onwards.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. You have the.
Yeah, you can speed up this one. This is the same story, right?
Yep. We
Like
will be covering up.
maybe it is speed up.
Yeah, even I have a hard stop at 9:30, so in next 30 minutes. So don't worry.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So no installation package. Again, where was I? Yeah. So that was being taken care by SAP itself. Okay. Option to use SAP partner or your own skilled integration resources. Okay. Means it is quite a simple tool. So implementing this HCA would be quite simple. Okay. Limitations now with SAP HCI is that there are not all the adapters available. We have some limited 7 to 9 adapters available with HCI, and we don't have even A2A B2B adapters. We don't have EDI adapters. We don't have the these adapters which allows you to communicate from application to application, business to business, which is a major drawback when it's compared to PI, where it's already available. Okay. Uh, you means you have Facebook adapter, Twitter adapter, but still we are waiting for the A2A adapter or B2B adapter in HCA. In roadmap, SP has already shown that after, means in this 2017 till, and you will be provided with the uh, application adapter. So let's finger cross and let's see if those are available. Okay. HCI, we have the SOAP adapter, SFTP adapter, IDOC adapter, Ariba adapter, success factor adapter. Okay. LDAP adapter. Okay. In January, we SAP updated a new brought a new adapter, LDAP adapter for the Active Directory. Okay. We have Facebook adapter, Twitter adapter at the receiver end to to get the data from the social media. So you can see that SAP is working hard and means they are going in the diversified things also, which means they are bringing when thinking in the social media as their business, means for customers. Social media is also business uh, uh, component, so they have brought given this to adapters. Okay. This is an architectural diagram of your HCI, where you have HANA Cloud application integration in between your SAP on-premises, third-party on-premises, third-party cloud, and SAP cloud applications. Okay, and in between this HANA Cloud integration, the major offerings are real-time process integration, data integration, or you can say your ETL data services. Okay, you have pre-packaged content or the Iflows already available. Okay, you have the community and marketplace, the SAP SCN, which is there. Okay, so these are the adapters with SAP. Okay, this is not updated one. Okay, so the LDAP and Ariba, those are not there in the list. Okay, these are. Hello. Okay. So you have the LTAP adapter, which is not there. Okay, so you have SFTP, STTP, SOAP, IDOC, SuccessFactor, OData, WSRM. Okay, web service reliable messaging, and you have the LDAP, Facebook, Twitter. So these are the adapter missing. So this came in the last 8 months. These three adapters, they came in the last 8 months. Okay, so this is how much they have explained the success factor adapter. In success factor, as they are majorly concentrating to remove Dell Boomi from the market. Okay, they are now market in terms of only SAP success factor, means as of now uh, SAP is recommending HCI and Dell Boomi as their recommended solution, and these are provided for free out of the box with success factor, but only for means those can only be used for the success factor integration and not other cloud. Okay, but after means once this they think means SAP HCI is fully stable and it is fully functional, they will be removing Dell Boomi from their recommended solution. It would be only HCI as the only solution for success factors. Okay. Uh,
Sir,
so you have a tenant concern. Yes, sir.
in previous slide, I saw two OData, which is in success factors and another in separate. Uh, yeah.
Yes, sir. So the thing is, if you know, if you have ever worked on success factor works with means it has 3 to 4 type of communication. Okay, you can have SOAP based communication also, you can have REST based communication also, or you can have the OData based communication. You can directly configure the you can directly query the success factor database. Okay, and you have a separate OData adapter, means this is for success factors. You have the option of drop down where you can find out, you can take which type of communication you want to have in a success factor adapter, but you have a separate OData adapter for the OData communication with the applications, mobile apps, or the cloud application. So just think of it as for SuccessFactors, they have bundled up all the things in one adapter, and they have given an OData adapter as a separate one. Okay, so if we are going with the other than SuccessFactor, then we can use the OData adapter, which is given separately. Okay. Hello. Hey, I'm
Okay.
audible? Okay.
Yeah, I'm able to hear you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. So now we have a tenant concept. So just concentrate what I'm talking about. Tenant, generally whenever we go with for an subscription of HCI, we are asking SAP for a memory in their cloud and a processing unit. Okay, so think of it as a virtual machine. Okay, so whenever we ask for, means we say please give us an access of HCI, they will provide us a memory, allocated memory. If you have gone through that link I gave yesterday, means the pricing of your HCP, so you will be finding there would be some processing power. Okay, in that it would be, there would be some processing power and the RAM and the what how many cores are there in the processor. So that is what we are asking for from SAP when we are asking for when we are going with the HANA Cloud Platform HC integration services. Okay, so but means that same means that HANA Cloud Platform will be accessible by all the customers. Okay, let's say I am customer A, or let's say I am Tata Motors, and there is an company Maruti. Both want to have HANA Cloud integration as their middleware. Okay, so they both went for the subscription of HCI. Okay, both will be provided with the database and processor in the same server, means in the same server of SAP, but those are logically isolated. Okay, both are logically isolated. So one one HCI tenant won't be able to access the data of others. Okay, so this is a logical isolation of uh, the tenant, but physically both are available on the same server. Okay, so HANA cloud integration is designed so that it involve virtual machine and strictly separated from each other with regard to related participants. Okay, so one tenant will have a database. Okay, it's a file system, a CPU, okay, and a memory. Okay, um, every means you if you are using the if you have one participant can have multiple users. So let's say on that tenant you can have multiple users, and one user of one means user of participant A won't be able to access the data from participant B tenant. Okay, so the data and the users are logically separated, but they are again accessing the same server of SAP. Okay, so we are means once they
Okay, it's
update
like
means
one desktop.
yes sir, yes sir, same desktop, and you have the doc. Yes, 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 yes. Same desktop which you use, and you have different users. So the my document is separate for every user. So same it is for the HCA also.
Okay, okay.
Okay, understood? Okay. So now let's move on to the iFlow concept. Okay. You have something called iFlow concept in your HCI. Okay. Uh, in the full form integration flow, that is the means you have sender, you have receiver, and you have the integration process. Okay, we know the ICO configuration PI. Okay, so in PI we have the sender configuration. Okay, see that ICO configuration, that whole is called Iflow in HCI. Okay, but in this case we have the mapping also here itself. Okay, we create the mapping here. Generally in ICO configuration you have mapping in your ESR, but your mapping is also involved here. Okay, your business processes are also involved, which means you have the extra features. Let's say we want to split a message, we want to route a message, okay, or we want to convert a message. So everything is involved in that iFlow itself. So I will be showing you those iFlows in the next class, not next, after that class. Okay, so in that we will be creating our demo flows. We will be understanding different options in the iFlows. Okay, how can we explore the iFlow, and we will be understanding better iFlows in our next class. Okay, so we, as of now, there are hundreds of iFlows, prepackaged iFlows available in HCI. Okay, uh, sorry. Uh, we will be understanding, we will be taking some of them, and we will be understanding those iFlows. Okay. Any questions till now with this?
What do you mean by the hundreds of iflows in the HCI now? That's the standard config developed for some applications, or
Sorry, can you repeat?
what do you mean by the hundred plus iflows in the HCI? How standard? Is it particularly for any application, or
No, see, these iFlows, if you remember, I told there's a discover screen, there's a design screen. So in discover screen, we can, there are some packages, some 65 odd packages. From those packages, we can identify which iFlow, which scenario we want to configure, and we can use that iFlow. Don't worry about that. I will be going into that. Okay. Okay. We will be understanding if that is a success factor iFlow, if that is a C4C iFlow. Okay. We will be looking on those iFlows. Okay.
so these iflows we can download onto our Eclipse for anyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you have the user ID passwords, then you can.
We can do that. Okay.
Okay. So let's complete next 15 minutes. Okay. So as soon as means I am going with very initial thing when you go with an HCI access. So as soon as you want an HCI access, what you do is you mail the SAP that you want. They will be providing you the pricing and package of the HCI SAP. You opt for something, and then they will provide you this mail. Okay, once you have paid for it, they will provide you this mail. This mail contains two details. One is your production tenant, and other would be your test tenant. Okay, so there is no difference between the two tenant. If you see the details, let me show you. Not like this. I have to zoom in. Let's say zoom. Wait. Okay. So in this mail you receive from SAP, these two mail, one is for production tenant and one is for test tenant. Okay, let me check which one is production. Okay, this is productive. See, here it's written account productive, account test. Okay. Apart from that, you have the same user, the S user, based on which you have raised the access for HCI. Okay, you have the URL for the account.hana.ondemand.com where you can create your, you can give the user ID passwords. I will be showing you in the next class. Okay. Uh, Also, you have the web URL. Just below this, you can see the web URL to access the HCI. Okay, and the same URL to access HCI using the Eclipse UI. Okay, so how to configure Eclipse UI we will be covering up in later sessions. Okay, so and you have the runtime URL. This runtime URL is required when we are accessing the iflows or the deployed artifacts. We will be understanding those. Okay. This everything is same, means the tenant ID will be changed. Here it was I1001 and here it's E1001. Okay. You have the certificate information. You have the private key certificate for SAP for your HCI, which you can download and you can import into your HCI. We will understand the certificate-based communication also in the later classes. Okay. Uh, so what is the difference between the test and production? Test means the SLA on which SAP treats this the issue, means if you are having some issue in your HCI, so the visibility and the priority on which SAP treats and the SLA on which it treats the issue, the productive, it's only 4 hours, and test it would be very less. Both work identically. Both can be used for sending and receiving data. Okay, so there is no other difference rather than the visibility. Okay, both have the same CPU at their end. Okay, at the uh, server end. Okay, so you can use both, any of one of them for configuration. But if something comes and if there is an standstill or the system is down, then production would be taken on high priority as compared to the test one. So this is the only uh, uh, difference between the test and the productive tenant of your HCI. Okay, so you can use any one of them to configure your scenarios. Okay, then you have the this we got this for the customer. Okay, if we are developer, okay, let's say we are SAP developer. Okay, so means partners. So in that case, we will be provided with this information. Okay, we will be provided with the customer number. Okay, we would be provided with the web URL, this URL, Eclipse URL and runtime, but we won't be provided with the certificate, the public private key certificate details, which we can use, we can download. So for that we are dependent on the client to download and provide it to us. Means SAP is not giving this access to the partners and developers. Okay, we would be relying on the customer to provide their customer their certificates if required, or else if they have their own team, they will be deploying it at their end. Okay, so this is the initial things when it in initial first steps to configure your HCI. Okay, any doubts till now? Means you will be, means as soon as you get the access of your HCI, you means as soon as you are out for HCI, you will be getting these two mails from the customer end, and if you are the developer, you will be provided with these details. Okay. The next part, how to add users and the how to configure users, I will be taking up in next session. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yep. And any questions till now?
Thank you, Sanam.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Let's meet up in next class. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.